Hi guys. One second here, and then I'll start this. I'll start the tutorial, the information and stuff on this stream. So, welcome to How to Beat Inferno mode. Well, this isn't a playthrough. I'm not playing through Inferno again. And these tips and tricks I'm going to say right off the bat. That these are tips only if you're running with infinite ammo, and yeah, that's essentially, if you're running with infinite ammo and these coins, this is how to beat it with this. Now, standard gameplay, if you're trying to beat Inferno with limited ammo, just normal playthrough, no coins, no manual, nothing like that, no hit pouches, no more hit pouches to start with. If you're doing it normally, then one second. I'm texting some people. So, this is for if you're running it with everything you need to make it easier, infinite ammo, like rocket launcher. I don't have the rocket launcher, but these are basic tips. I'm sure not a lot of people have the rocket launcher, so this is mainly, you know, if you have the assault rifle and the coins. Just tips, too, you know. It doesn't really matter if you have infinite ammo or not, because I know Inferno. We're probably going to have to deal with Nemesis for a second, which is mainly what we're going to be focusing on. The final boss and Nemesis in the Raccoon City streets, because those are the two hardest parts of the game, having to deal with Nemesis and get past him. The rocket launcher part is one of the hardest parts. Just a tip video, and we're going to go... I'm going to go over the anatomy of Nemesis, what you need to shoot, what you need to aim for. We're actually going to go over the Raiden too. So, I recommend, if you can pull the shot off, if you're doing infinite ammo and everything, again, this is a stream meant to talk about the coins and everything. This isn't a standard with playthrough with limited ammo with the Glock 19 and things like that. This is like you're really trying to beat it with everything that you can to make it as easy as possible. So this Raiden is just this lightning gun that you can shoot for every 2 seconds. You can get a shot off. There we go again. About 2 seconds, about 2.1 seconds. This is a weapon that you can only hit the critical points, or the critical areas, the weak points. You can only hit the weak points on an enemy. If you hit them anywhere else besides their weak point, they will not die. The lightning bolt will go straight through them, which is a bit of a bummer. But it does make it really easy for Nemesis on the streets, because you can take him out in one shot if you're very accurate, and I will show you that. So on Inferno, you could use the assault rifle. That helps. But let me talk about these coins real quick. So we have the recovery coin, iron defense, and these two assault coins. So these assault coins, it says they greatly increase your attack power when held, and it literally almost turns the M4 into a shotgun. If you have both the assault coins, you can take out zombies in about 3 to 5 bullets. And this thing shoots fast. So let me show you. Literally in about a burst like this, you're taking out a zombie, and you have 32 rounds in this. Sadly, you cannot modify this infinite assault rifle. You can't put the extended mag or the scope or the stock or the grip or anything on that. It stays how it is. But if you have these two assault coins, you're going to be doing yourself a favor, because you will greatly decrease the time it takes to beat final bosses. You'll decrease the time it takes to beat any boss in the game, whether it's this stage 1 or stage 2 or stage 3 or whatever. And it's insanely good for zombies and the horde part of the hospital when you're playing as Carlos. The Raiden is not good for killing zombies and stuff, because it's such a kind of a chaotic difficulty. It's not hard, it's just there's a lot of enemies. So the Raiden is good for more boss battles. And then on normal difficulties like assisted, standard, and even hardcore, the Raiden is good for the zombies, because there's not as many. But if you're doing Inferno, use the infinite assault rifle if you have it. If you don't, you can use the infinite pistol in here. Let me show you. Which it costs way less than the rifle, and you won't do as well. It'll be much harder. But you can use the infinite MUP handgun with 2 assault coins, and it greatly helps. These assault coins, sincerely, I'm not even kidding. Now the Raiden is one hit on the critical points. Now, not always. That doesn't always mean they're one hit for like, I think it's the second to last boss when you're in the acid lightning pit with Nemesis. Near the final boss, the Raiden, or no, my bad, I'm talking about the clock tower fight. When you're at the clock tower fight with the mutated Nemesis, the Raiden, when he falls down, the little his little weak point pops out, the little tiny miniature head that's really creepy, and it glows red. Shooting it with the Raiden will not kill him instantly. So, I mean, it's good to do a massive amount of damage, but he's not running around with... So Raiden is good for, you know, more relaxed modes, but the Raiden, really you're only going to be using it for the final boss, which is especially important, and the and Nemesis when he's roaming the streets. Now, for the assault rifle and the pistol, I don't really find it good for the final boss battle because every dodge is critical, and if you're reloading, you're really putting yourself at a limit. And now, of course, there's a 2-second pause time with the Raiden, but there's no reload animations that's slowing you down. You can run while this thing is charging back up. So, you know, reloading, if you're reloading, it slows your run, and you have to run out of the animation, you could get killed. Now, if you're going to have any more than 4 coins, if you're going to have 5 or 6, you need to get hit pouches, which you can buy in the shop. I think they're about 6,000 each. I have 2, and you get them at the start. You get them right here at the first item box in the first typewriter. They'll be sitting right up here. Why, when you don't pick them up here and you try to pick them up at a different item box, they don't pop up? I don't know why that is. But if you're going to be having more than 4 coins, you need 2 hit pouches because you just won't have enough storage. Or you could just, you know, I would definitely do 2 assault coins, maybe 1 iron defense, and then 1 recovery if you don't have enough room. But if you do, these are all the coins. There are 6 coins that you can get in the shop, and these are all of them. So that's enough about the assault coin. Defense coin is good. It's not absolutely amazing. You do get to take some more damage, but it's not a crazy amount. Like on Inferno, really, you get hit more than 2-3 times, you're dead. So they're good for this mode. It definitely will save your butt, especially for the final boss. And we'll go into gameplay about that too. I'm probably not going to beat the boss. I have beaten the boss on Inferno. I've beaten the final boss on every difficulty. It's just that I'm probably not going to be able to beat it again in this stream because he is a little bit challenging. But I will play through and show you an absolute essential tip that you need, so you only have to fight him with the pustules 2 times as opposed to 3. So iron defense, yeah, those are those coins. Recovery coins, arguably better than the well, no, they're not better than defense, because you do need that for the extra hit or 2 that you can take. If you don't have those, the zombies are a 1 bite, and you get bit by them and you're dead. So recovery coins are really, really essential if you can stack it, because you actually regenerate health. If you do not have any herbs or anything, you can rest in a spot where you know there's no enemies, and it will regenerate you. If you're on danger and you're trying to go back to full health, it'll take about 30 to 45 seconds. So, so recovery coins are really, really essential for this mode. Now, they're not really going to do anything with Nemesis for the final boss. They'll still heal you, and you still get a hit in on Inferno, which is important too, because on Inferno, I don't know if it's the recovery coins, but on Inferno, I can take 3 hits with his hand, and on Nightmare, I can only take 2. It doesn't make any sense, but that was before I had these recovery coins. So it might be the coins. Maybe giving me like a split inch of health that keeps me alive still. I'm not sure. So, yes, recovery coin heals you. It can heal you back to full health in about 45 seconds if you're on danger, and if you're on caution, it can heal you back to full health in about 10-15 seconds. About 10, maybe about 9-10. Assault coins, they are absolutely essential. If I had to pick any of these coins, get 2 assault coins, because they turn your M4 into an absolute crazy rifle. You can take out Nemesis on Inferno with 1 to 2 magazines, depending on where you put your shots, and you'll stun him. He'll back up, and then that just gives you another room, gives you more room to put in another magazine and then take him out. So this is essential for the. This is arguably one of the most important pieces just for the final boss. For main gameplay, you really don't do a whole lot of dodging because this M4 is so strong you can just take him out easily. The STARS Field Combat Manual, basically it just makes you be able to do the perfect dodge easier, where you dodge the enemy's attack and then you can aim, and you have this short amount of time where everything slows down and it locks right onto their weak point. That is essentially what this field manual does, is it just makes it easier for you to dodge and attack. If you do not have this field manual in the final fight with Nemesis, you are screwing yourself over unless you can dodge his attacks perfectly. There have been times where he swung and I've dodged a little too early, and I got out of dying because I had this field manual on me. Yes, I know these take up a lot of room, but if you have the hip pouches, you only need one space for maybe two, one for health and one for any essential item that you need. So recovery coins are great, don't get me wrong, but you probably will want to have a full health recovery item with you because it doesn't heal you instantly. So if you get hit and then you get hit again, you're gonna die. These recovery coins aren't insanely fast healing. What's wrong, Yena? But I would have a healing item on you at all times, just in case, because these aren't going to heal you in 2 seconds. They heal you in about 45. So let's go into some actual tips in gameplay of Nemesis. Again, I have my music off. I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but you know, it helps me hear things a little bit better, and it's kind of fun with it all. He might run around this corner. Yep. So let me actually. Ow. So the thing you want to aim for on Nemesis the most is his little heart. His little heart, whatever that device is right there on the front that covers his heart. This kind of regulator, his heart regulator is. Whoa, boy! So if you aim for this, you can knock him out. And again, this is on Inferno difficulty. He's insanely fast. But with this M4, with those 2 assault coins, it really knocks out any enemy super fast. So now that's good for him. But if you can pull off one shot with the Raiden, you can bring him down to his knees to where he has to regenerate for about 21 seconds, about 20 seconds, which gives you time to run off. So I'll show you some enemies with this M4, just how much damage it does. Can we still see him over there? That'd be kind of creepy. Oh, there, look, he can't run. Oh, and he's up in the sky. There he goes. So he's gonna land somewhere. I'll just take him out. So let's just try and land a one hit with the Raiden. You do have to be precise, but thankfully the increased zoom on the reticle happens really fast, whereas, you know, with normal weapons, they take a while to zoom in. This focuses in instantly because it's a one shot, and it takes a while to get the power back up. He's probably gonna land in front of me. Yeah, so let's see if we can. Whoop. Missed it. But we'll. And there we go. That is. It is absolutely essential that you have the Raiden. Not essential, but you're going to be doing yourself a favor if you have the Raiden with you, because it is just so powerful. I mean, really, if you can land that shot on his heart regulator, he can't really touch you if you can get your shot in. Also, I talked about this briefly in another stream before. Turn on aim assist. Or, oh, that's on assisted game mode. You can't turn it on if you're on Inferno, but now you do have aim assist. There is an option still. It's called aim adjustment, or reticle deceleration, which means your speed at which you aim slows down when you're over a target, which is in and of itself, it's aim assist. That's what aim assist is slowing your aim over when you aim over a target. So if you up the reticle deceleration, which you have the option to do so in any difficulty, if you move it up a few notches, if you actually turn it on, it might be completely off if you haven't touched it before. I believe it is off, but you can have your own aim assist, which you just move it up to about near halfway or wherever you feel comfortable, and it makes your aim insanely accurate, which is what you need. Otherwise, you're just aiming on kind of a linear path, which however fast you move your analog is how fast the reticle is going to be moving. But this, when you aim over an enemy, you can get headshots in like crazy because you're aiming so slow when you're over a target. That's a really, 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 really nice thing. So Alright, so let's get back. into that. So here's the aim deceleration. I'm moving normally, this is normal, and then when I get over Nemesis, see how it slows for a second? There's that slowdown. Let me see if I can get another shot off. Ow. Well, there we go. So if you can do a perfect dodge and then you can aim with the slowdown and the target on the weak point with this Raiden, you can knock him down every time. So let's go over that slow aim deceleration. Let me show you with it off, which is what it's normally on, I believe. This is with it completely off. No slowdown whatsoever. No slowdown, so I'm aiming and I don't have any aim assist. Which in Call of Duty, that is what aim assist is. All it is, it doesn't drag your reticle towards the target. It just slows it down, which makes you more accurate. And then we're going to put it back to normal. And this is basically aim assist. So I'm aiming normally and then it slows as I get near him. You can see there's a drastic slowdown. So it's normal, and it slows. It's normal and then it slows. Normal and then it slows. You can see that's, and I'm going over his head, that's why sometimes it's not working. I'm kind of going over here. Knock him down again. Yeah, the Raiden is crazy strong. Alright, so again that's basically aim assist. Is the slowdown when you're over him. You can see there's a I'm holding it all the way and it slows drastically. Very slow. I'm moving it back and forth as far as I can, and that's... Knock him down again. I want to show you just how strong this M4 is. These are the strongest enemies you can face on Inferno difficulty, and I'll show you just how easily they go down. So let's just give them a burst. You have another burst, and they're done. They're not going to get back up either. If you have these assault coins, once they fall down with this M4, they are not getting back up. So once they fall with your 2 assault coins and your infinite M4, they're guaranteed to be dead. They're not gonna. They can't get back up. That's how strong this thing is. So once they fall, you're good to go. You're good to go right around them. Nemesis is coming after me. He's probably gonna pop out of. He's gonna land somewhere. Okay, so. Again, I recommend this Raiden because you're going to come across a few instances where he's going to be chasing you. Also, I wanted to note that during the rocket launcher sequence, when he chases you with his rocket launcher, really only on Inferno, he's going to actually chase you and try and hit you with the rocket launcher. On any other difficulty, he's just going to stand back and try and shoot you with the rockets. However, on Inferno, he will actually try and hit you and punch you with it, which, you know... can make that difficult, and there you go again. That was 5 bullets that knocked him down. Ah! Okay, trust me when I say that when you knock them down, they are dead. Oh, hi, Nemesis. That's actually kind of creepy. Okay, so let me knock him down again. Yeah, when you do gun an enemy down with his M4, they do stay down. I don't know why he got back up. I'm thinking because he was one of the zombies that was laying down. He was one that lays down and fakes like he's dead. So let me show you. If you shoot them once, they're dead. They're not coming back up. So she's down. She's not getting back up. I think maybe if you shoot them like 1 or 2 times, they'll fall. But if you hold it down for 3, 4, 5 rounds, they're not getting back up. So. And I'm going to go over for a few more minutes just tips on how to avoid him. So this ladder over here on this rooftop. He's chasing me like a creep. That is so terrifying! Okay, so this ladder, he will... Gosh, he's creepy. So, this ladder right here... Nah, I hurt myself. if you get on this ladder, you feel like you're gonna die or something, you don't have a lot of health, go to this rooftop and just get on this ladder, and Nemesis will instantly use his tentacle thing to pull himself up, and he will disappear. Now, when you come back down, however, or you try and go back up, you are technically cornered, because if I walk over here too far, he's gonna drop right here. He will drop down right there, and if I'll actually demonstrate it up here. If I walk too far on this roof to try and go back down the steps, he's gonna pop back up. And I'll show he'll spawn right here. The spawn point, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. More often than not, yes, he will come running up these steps. Right here, that is about where the line the developers put in for him to spawn when you walk on this roof to go back once you get on that ladder or whatever. Or you're on this roof in general and he's disappeared. So if I walk right here, as you can see, he spawns. So again, right here is about where he will, right there's about where he will be triggered to run up onto the roof to try and attack you. And the spawn points, he could either spawn drop down right here if you're running up these steps right here, or he could drop down in front of the Toy Uncle's shop, which is just, he drops kind of right about there. And now he's sprinting terrifyingly fast at me. Nope, he disappeared. Let's see where he's going to spawn. He could drop over here if you're trying to move towards the fire alley, which is right there. He'll jump right down here. Yep. See where else. If you do need a quick, if you have your lockpick on you, if you're that far to where you went past the substation, you got the lockpick and everything, you can actually unlock this. You'll get two Magnum rounds. And then you can actually stay in here, and Nemesis will actually use his tentacle to pull himself up, and he will disappear. If you want to need a rest, you need to heal with these coins. If you have the recovery coins, you could stay in here and just, you know, which is also really, really nice about this area right here. This will really save your butt. If you feel like you need to knock him down to get something, to get an item or whatever, for whatever reason, you need to knock him down. Every time you come out this door, once you hide one time in here, he will spawn right there. He will drop down right in front of that door over there, which leads back to the shutter that you crawl under to go to the first item box and typewriter. Every time, he will drop down it, which gives you a chance, because if you feel like, if you're standing here and you miss your shot with the Raiden, you're like, oh crap, well I missed. Now he's gonna hit me. Just run back in, just wait for him to disappear again, and just do it until you get the shot off. Similar to this. So once you do that, if you need to go back here, you can go back here without worrying. If there's any zombies in here that you didn't take care of, you can take care of them. Let's talk about some spawn points over here real quick. You know, I've been trying to see if I can see him through here. It's very hard to see. I was saying it's kind of cool if I could see him over there while I'm over on this side. Anyway, so if we crawl back through here, we did whatever at the typewriter, we did whatever we needed to do at the item box, and we come back out here. The trigger point for Nemesis is either right about here. It's actually about right about here. Whoa, my gosh! Let's get him to disappear. So once you crawl out here, if you move about a foot forward, about right there, Nemesis is going to come running around this corner, and I mean sprinting. He never walks around the corner. He is full on sprinting. So it's either that, like that. I shot off. It's either right there as soon as you come out, or it's right about somewhere in this area. He's going to come running around this corner. So you have those two spots to look out for if you're coming through that. Or he will jump that. He can also spawn across from this door in front of the toy shop, I believe. That really is what you need to know about Nemesis on the streets. Same rules apply for, I suppose. Oh, let me show you the. Forgot about it. Let me show you the Substation Alley area where he can spawn from there, which is a little more weird. He can also drop down from there, I guess. Let me show you. I forgot about that one, but he'll drop in front of the fire hydrant right there if you're trying to come to here. He's very, very relentless. So you're safe in here, and you're safe in that room that we were just in. He obviously can't come through here. Well, I wouldn't say it's obvious. Not everyone knows that. So we're going to the I call these the substation alleys. I really don't. Ow, you dick. Die, boy. That didn't work. So I guess he could drop down there, which is he slides right down here when you're coming through to go to the substation. He can also, he may be able to drop in front of here, I'm not sure, but this is a little bit more sketchy when you're running and you're about halfway to the entrance to the substation, about right here. He'll drop down right behind you and sprint around this corner. He won't drop in front of you. You'll hear him just stomping behind you, which gives you literally a split second to react, which you could either dodge and maneuver into the door to get into the substation, or you can, I suppose, just face him or whatever. Okay, so let's actually... let's load the final boss, and we will... What are you doing? And I'll show you some tips that are absolutely essential, because let me tell you... One second here, guys. I'm just responding to people. So, the final boss, when you have to use this railgun device in there and push some of those charge stations back. You know, when I first did it on Nightmare, there's a big jump, let me tell you, there's a big jump from Hardcore to Nightmare. Hardcore seems like a breeze. You could do it. You know, it's a little bit more difficult than Standard, but it's not bad. There's a big jump from Hardcore to Nightmare in difficulty. Hardcore is doable. Nightmare and Inferno are near impossible to do. And I guess you get the hang of it. It's just, now... I'm still at a loss for words when I first did this battle on Nightmare. This has been the hardest boss battle in any game I've ever done, ever. This has been the most challenging part of a game that I've ever done. It is insanely hard, which is what why I'm saying, you know, you're gonna get to this part and you're gonna have your limited ammo, and you're not gonna have any of these coins. You're not gonna have any infinite weapons that you need, and you're going to screw yourself over that you didn't do it with infinite ammo, because this Raiden really helps. These coins really help. If you get hit one time without iron defense coins, you're dead in this boss battle. You got to keep redoing it. Now the recovery coins are practically useless in this boss fight, because if you get hit once, you're kind of technically dead, because Nemesis can just keep pounding you. That sounded weird. Nemesis can just keep smashing you with his hand. Now, the most important piece is Star Wars Field Combat Manual, because you can dodge his attacks so easily if you just time it right. And we'll go through that, and I'll die probably 10 times trying to show you on purpose, so we can get so we can continue to get his attacks, so I can show you how to dodge them and exactly when to time them and everything. This is going to be a very detailed final boss battle, because I know you're going to need it. You know, up until... One second. Texting again. So, what I recommend you have is the Raiden and Lightning Hawk. You could, on Inferno and Nightmare, you pick up the Lightning Hawk at the beginning of the game next to the first typewriter and item box. And it has 8 rounds. You can find You can find 2 in the toy shop. 2 mag amp. I just said that about a few minutes ago. You can find 2 44 AE bullets rounds for the Desert Eagle in the toy shop if you unlock it with the lockpick, and you can find 2 in the lab that I know of. Or you can create. If you can find 2 what are they called? Heavy duty gunpowder. You can combine 2 of those, and it'll make 2 44 AE bullets for the Desert Eagle. So, I don't want to confuse anyone. It's just going to make 2 bullets for the Desert Eagle. I'm just speaking like the firearm advocate that I am. So, you can use the assault rifle or the handgun. It's fine. The handgun takes 2 bullets per pustule, and it shoots a little slow. But if you do time the perfect dodge right, that slowdown animation gives you enough time. It kind of speeds up your shots on the handgun, which is nice. And then the Raiden is kind of essential too, because unlike with the regular firearms that shoot rounds and bullets, this, if you do the perfect dodge, you can shoot this lightning bolt all the way through Nemesis' arm or any appendage that he has in the way of the little pustule that you have to shoot. The bullet's not so much. If you shoot his arm with just a regular pistol or rifle, it's just going to hit his arm and not the pustule. So if you do the perfect dodge right and you lock on to the weak point, you can shoot right through his body. Sometimes. On Nightmare, every time. On Inferno, it's only sometimes. So, let's get into it. Let's do it. What I like to do, this is just a little tip. It's nothing at all. It's not going to help your gameplay. But what I like to do is I like to hit her little dodge R1 for the PS4. Her little dodge animation when I get close to this door, just to speed it up to get closer to the door, so you're not so annoyed if you have to run to it every time. It just makes it a little faster, so you're not as annoyed. Then the cutscene plays. Now immediately, as soon as this boss battle starts, you can turn around. You turn around with a quick turn, with pulling back on the analog and hitting circle at the same time, or you can just turn around, and you can go right to the laser cannon device and open it, and he will not hit you as long as you don't look. If you look behind him, he'll try and hit you. He still won't hit you, so you can stand there all day essentially. Then just hit X. She's gonna fire it. We'll skip that cutscene, and now it's going to be kind of hard talking trying to do this, but if you move forward towards Nemesis right after you shoot him with the little laser railgun, he will do this ground pound. He won't try and slap you with his hand, which is the more deadly move. He won't raise his hands up and slam down. He will hit the ground close to the ground with his fists and then raise up and do one big slam. I immediately run to the left to avoid it, and I'll show you. So you run forward, he'll start... Woo! Okay, he wanted to switch it up on me. So he's not doing what I just said. He's actually doing what I don't want. So Star's Field Combat Manual makes you dodge these really quick, and you'll see just how quick he swings. So that was his first swing on the 3 deadly hit attack. He does 3 hits. It's 1, 2, 3, kind of in that pace. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3. The last 2 are kind of sped up. It's 1, 2, 3. The number 2 and number 3 are much more quick. The second swing, the second down swing is a little bit slower. So this first one was fast. The second one, you'll see he'll raise up his right arm and he'll pause in the air for a second, which will make you want to dodge, which you'll dodge too soon, and then you'll get slapped, and then he'll slap you again with his final slap, and it'll kill you. So here we go. Now, that was the second one. Even with the Field Combat Manual, you still have to be precise. You can't dodge 1 whole second earlier. It gives you about half a second more of leeway. So, and then he'll do it. His next slap comes up real quick. And I immediately aim for the left. I kind of move from left to right with the pustules, if I can. Now that maneuver where he's slamming was the one I was talking about, where he's supposed to do. If you move up on him first, if you run towards him first, he'll do that one first. I moved up a little too late, and he decided to slap towards me. Now we should do... Okay. So all we're going to keep doing, the good thing about this Raiden is a one hit. You don't have to, if you have a pistol or something, you know, you're going to be shooting, and you're going to be shooting for too long, and the animation's still playing, and you could get hit by one of his arms. So when you lock on with the Raiden, you can pull the trigger and just shoot him one time. That pustule is instantly destroyed. You don't have to shoot it again. The Raiden destroys him in one. So, yeah. Now, I really wouldn't say you have to worry too much about the little gas that emits from the pustules, that yellow stuff right there. You don't have to worry about that too much. Sorry, I'm pausing, and I'm going to actually get into some full gameplay soon. It's just very hard to do this boss battle and talk at the same time. Let's talk about something important. So, we're moving over here. We're moving to the far right side, the closest station. Ow, that hurt. Let me heal. Right here. Let me show you something. So, you want to make sure, it's not hard to explain, I'm trying to put my thoughts together. You want to move to the closest power station that you have to push in on the right, and right as you shoot his last pustule, right as you shoot it, you need to be standing right by it to where you can push it in, because if you do, as soon as you shoot it, and you hold down X to push it in, you have enough time to actually go to the far right one, that's close to him, and push that one in too. So you can push in two and then only have to fight his pustules again. If you push them in one at a time and you're too slow, you'll have to fight him 3 times. It's better to do it 2 than 3. Let me show you. And he actually killed me, but that's fine. I'm gonna want to do this boss battle multiple times so I can show you. So let's try and do this. Again, let me describe it to you as best I can. So again, as soon as the fight starts, as soon as you skip the cutscene, turn around, use a railgun, shoot him, so that the boss battle can properly start. And then I'll show you what to do. So, what am I doing? Go forward, not backwards. Turn right around, run towards it. Just keep hitting X until you can use it. Fire it. Now move forward immediately, and he'll do the ground pound. Or not. Whoa, he's switching up again. So again, I'm dodging. As soon as nearly his hand hits me is when I'm dodging. Just right almost as it's hitting me. Oh, that's new. That was he's never done that before. I really don't know why he's doing so many new things. So now that you know the beginning part of it, we're going to get to the part where you push in the first 2 on the right. You can do it. If you do it perfectly, you can do it. You can do it, 1 second. You can do it perfectly if you do it right. But it's kind of hard. It's a little bit hard. It takes practice. It definitely does. So let's try and get to the part where we have to push in the 2 on the right.
There's white horse.
So again, immediately turn around. And I think running a little bit to the left and straight right when you fire this, after you fire it, it gives you the biggest chance of him actually doing the ground pound that you want, because it's very easy to dodge. I don't want him doing the high-rise slams. That's the deadlier one. So running off a little bit. Yes, that's what we want right there. Him doing that is what we want. If you run straight and a little bit to the left, he'll do that. And then you can shoot the first 2 pustules on his left side. And then if you run towards him again, directly after that attack, he will actually do his giant arm swings, which are very easy to dodge. You just wait till they almost hit you, and then you hit the dodge button. You want him to do that. So first you run a little bit to the left and straight, and he'll do the ground pounds, which are easy to dodge. Just get to the far left of the map. And then let him do his arm sweeps. You come forward after that attack, and he'll start doing his arm sweeps. So let's... And he's going to do his arm sweeps. Which you can then shoot more pustules, and right as the arm is about to hit you, you can either run away from it, and when it's about to hit you, you can dodge it. You can run away from it prematurely, and you can actually get away from it completely, or you can run towards his arm, which is a little risky. It's actually not that risky. And then you can dodge it, so I'll actually run away from it. Whoa! Okay, so... Now there's his last pustule. Whoop, I gotta dodge this. Right as we're gonna roll, I'm gonna shoot his last pustule. Hopefully, I'm actually gonna wait for this dodge sequence to end, and we're gonna shoot it, and then we're going to... We're gonna push in the power sources. Now, if you do it a hair late, and I'm not even kidding, a hair late, pushing it in, he can pick you up when you're pushing in the second to last power source and kill you, which is what you don't want. If you do it immediately after you shoot his last pustule, you can push these two in and then get right to the final pustule sequence. Okay, so let's line up our body to the thing and then shoot it.
Ouch! You're hurting me. Stop.
That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. We did it right as we shot him. And then we'll do the dodge button all the way to this one, and then we'll hold this one. And you will not die. Now just make sure you dodge on the way back too after pushing this in. So dodge out of the way so he doesn't pick you up, and you're good. He waited a little too. Let me see. Ow. Do we have any more health? Yes. So, this is actually going better than I thought. So, okay, essentially, let me go into a little bit more detail about this as well. So, I couldn't really have time to explain how to beat him on this final part. Let's explain the station thing again. As soon as you shoot his last pustule on the first pustule sequence, you push in the closest one to your right, but you have to do it like I said. As soon as whatever firearm you're using hits his last pustule and pops it, you immediately hold down X beside the power station you're standing by, and that'll give you enough time to either run or do her dodge animation 3 times to scoot over to the one on the far right by his body, and then push that in. You can push in 2 if you're being careful about it. Yuna! Shush! You're so loud! Jeez, oh Pete. So, oh my goodness, she's so silly. Now this final part, all you have to do is just, he repeats the same attacks at random, and the same things happen as the first pustule sequence. He might raise his arm up, his right arm, and slam faster with his right. He might slam a little bit faster with that arm only, which you just saw a few seconds ago. He was only using his right, and he was hitting kind of fast, which you just shoot and dodge, shoot and dodge. It's very easy once you get the hang of it. Now we're gonna, if I can do this right, we're gonna push in the last one. And I beat it again. That's actually really cool. I beat the boss battle a 3rd time. So we push this in, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to run like hell to the boom. That's it. It looks easy. It's not. It's hard. And yeah, we won. Oh yeah, Yuna? Oh, I wasn't even moving forward. I don't care if I die or anything. I've already beaten this. Okay, so let's load this again so I can show you one more time what to do. And it's kind of hard doing a live stream. I wish I could narrate over my actual gameplay, but I can't. So, again, let me explain this as easily as I can. That power station right there pops out, and that one pops out. Right as we shoot his last pustule, and he starts falling, you don't have to wait for him to fall down. As soon as you shoot the last one, and I mean literally as soon as you shoot it and it pops, hold down X to push in that power station right there. And then... so you have enough time, if you do this, if you sidestep 3 times with her dodge animation, you can scoot right to that one, and then as soon as you get in front of it, which even then his body forces you to get in front of it. You can't like stand beside it. You get forced in front of it. So let's pretend he's here. Pretend me hitting this dodge button is me holding down X to push in one of these. So we shoot him, and then we're immediately pushing it in. Like, we're not stalling. We push, and then we hold X to push it in. And then once that one's pushed in, we sidestep or run to the last one, push it in, and then that skips the second pustule sequence if you can actually push 2 in. Then you only have to push 1 in, which is down here. Or whichever one you do. You could, I suppose you could do that one, and then push those 2 in on the second go around, whichever one you want. But I recommend doing those 2 first then do that one last. It just makes it easier, I guess. So it's shoot and then push in, and then we're gonna sidestep 3 times, and then hold down X again to push it in, and then sidestep back so he doesn't grab you, which even then he won't. You're barely out of his reach when you're done with it. So, let me run through it and see if I can actually beat it without really saying anything, just to give you the impression. I'll say a few things. Turn around, grab this. He cannot hit you. If you look behind you, he'll swing his arms. See, if you look behind, he'll try and hit you, but he can't. So just wait for it to pop out. Fire it, skip the cutscene, move slightly to the left and straight, so he can do the attack that you want. And see, we are immediately on it. As soon as we shoot it, you are pushing that thing in. You have to line your body up with it so you can. Oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. He's probably gonna grab me, but that's okay.
Go ahead. I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
He grabbed me anyways. Yep. So like I said, that is an example of what happens if you are too soon. Or too late, and I mean that was a hair late. I was just a hair. You want to hold it. It's actually better to run. If you can run and do it, there's a less. Just a hair far away from the machine. So let's try that again. I'm actually getting way better at this. So again, this is the hardest boss battle I've ever done. It looks easy. Trust me, it does. It looks like I'm doing this easily. But it's not easy. It takes some skill to do. Boom. So, okay, so a little left to the left and straight so we can do the attack that you want. You might have to dodge it. That's fine. Then we move straight immediately after that so we can do his arm sweep attack. then these 3 attacks, we have to dodge. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so we shoot the last one, and then we're gonna scoot down to the other one over here. Then if you time it right, you can hold X, and you're good to go.
Go ahead. I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
One power source remaining.
Then all we have to do here is really just dodge his attacks. If I die, that's okay. I already showed you guys how to actually beat it in full. Now we basically just have to dodge and just shoot the rest. There's really not too many. And this is a good time to also use the deagle. I totally forgot to say that to you guys. When he glows red and you're on the last part where you have to destroy him and then you're good to push in the last one, use the deagle. Like I said, you want the deagle at the beginning of the game on Inferno to pick up at the first typewriter and item box. It'll be sitting there for you. You don't have to get it in the hospital with Jill. It'll be sitting there for you. Save all the ammo and get as much mag ammo as you can so you can do this as easily as possible. Yeah, I died, but that's okay. So, you guys get the point. Okay, I might run through that one more time. Actually, you know, I've showed you. I'll run through with words on what to do, and then you can watch the footage back and see what I do. So, immediately turn around, grab the railgun. Then you, after you shoot him, run slightly left and straight. So he does the pound attack. Shoot his pustules. Dodge his attacks. So he's gonna slam. Let's simulate this. Let's simulate. I'm trying to give you as much. Each one of my rounds that I fire is him slamming his hand down, not the ground pound where it's really fast. The one where he raises his arms high. The one he does where he switches hands. This is kind of how fast-paced it is. So he goes slam, raises, waits, slam, slam. It's slam, slam, slam. Whoop! He just slams like this. That's what we call hell mode, and there's no way to beat it. Okay, so anyway, it's slam, slam, slam. So it's normal, fast. So the last two are right by each other. So it's dodge, and then you wait a second because he raises his hand up and then pauses in the air. He doesn't directly slam it first. Then you dodge, and then you're gonna have to dodge again. So it's boom, boom, boom. There's a bit of a pause on that. On the second one, it's boom. That's essentially his giant when he raises his hands up. Now, if he's only using his right hand and he's slamming, he does the pause maneuver over and over. So it's like slam, pause, slam, pause, slam, pause, slam, pause. So again, after you do that, all you have to do is you shoot his pustules and pop them. When you have one left, try and get a dodge and a lock on with the Raiden, so as soon as you shoot, you can immediately start pushing in that power source. So as soon as it pops, you hold X. And I don't mean pop and then wait a second. Literally, it should be almost like it's one animation. You shoot and then you're already on that thing pushing, as you saw me do. And then you sidestep down to that one, you push, and then you only have one left to do, and then you just keep shooting his pustules until he falls, and then run like hell to the last one, and then I would kind of do the dodge all the way back to the railgun. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you want to see next, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video.